Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls,
mothers and
welcome.
fathers.
Mothers and fathers.
Yes.
Who watching this? Your parents watching this.
Oh, maybe. Spawning in the top position, we have the pink Zerg Medulin, who apparently wants to be Stefano, but is not quite the pink Power Ranger yet. He needs to win 3 games in a row to advance into the finals. Otherwise, he will just stay here and occupy the honorable third place finisher of the BelleNOiR Followers Tournament. Number 4 is Medulin.
He would be going down to face or contend for the 3rd or 4th place, wouldn't he?
Nope.
This is the winners bracket, right?
Yes, but we have no 3rd place match. Whoever loses in the winner bracket finals is the 3rd finisher. That's the way it worked in the past, I think.
And down in the bottom left-hand side, your Protoss representing it is Daveathor.
Indeed it is. First pylon already went down, and you know, on this map some Zergs try to go hatch first. Anytime I see it, I just reactively go Forge Cannon Rush.
You go Forge Cannon Rush every time, my friend.
No, I don't.
You are a cheesy person. Well, that might just be because I go hatch first every game.
Well, that might be, and I think hatch first is like, don't get me wrong, I think it is a stupid build. On ladder anyways.
I feel hatch first is a good style, providing you have the capacity to hold on for Cannon Rush with pure drones. And there was a time when Zerg would hold off bunker rushes constantly with just drones.
Yeah, I know.
It's a thing that we just have to get used to, and I feel not enough Zergs are comfortable dealing with cannon rushes, so they won't do their hatch first.
Alright, so will Medulin be able to get that 3rd base? No, he gets the natural instead. That is the best case scenario for Medulin, in fact, because that 3rd base is so far away from your main, and whenever you Maynard drones over, which you or send drones there, it's gonna take them a lot of time to get there. The Queen, it's gonna take a lot of time to get there as well, because there will be no creep connection, so you always on this map wants to have that natural first, so you don't have to deal with all of this. And no plans for taking the 3rd just yet. Oh, there goes the drone. Sorry.
So yes, the drone is heading down at around the right time to hit the 420 mark that he wants to be there. And Dave will see this. He will hopefully not lose his drone. His probe, sorry. And there we go, the probe running away. And it's just a matter of time before the 3rd base comes up from Medulin. So Dave will want to verify that, because it could very easily just be that a dupe.
Yeah, it could be a
Medulin.
fake. It could be a fake, and he could do a 2 base timing or some sort of other type of shenanigans. Also, I don't know if Medulin is aware of the build, but what some Zergs have been doing on this map, as this Zerglings not quite activates the Zolnaga tower, they have been doing a thing where they took the 3rd base and then did a speedling, baneling all-in, or slowling, slow roach, and just used the 3rd base as sort of a macro hatch. Now, the way this works is that you have to keep an eye out, as a Protoss, you have to keep an eye out for the drone count at the 3rd when you recheck if it's actually up, because if there are no drones, then you have to start building cannons.
Alright then, and
Oh my god, he's gonna take a 3rd.
believe the Warlock from Dave has 2 openings.
No.
One next to the forge.
No.
It looks slightly off position.
No, there's a yellow square there. The Zerglings can't get through there. But here we have a 3rd being taken from Dave. Is Medulin going to scout this? Because one of his overlords is here, and you know, to check on the gases. He sees the gases going down at 6 something. He needs to check the 2nd gas. He doesn't see the 2nd gas, so without that 2nd gas, that will most probably not be an Immortal Sentry all-in or a Stargate Gateway all-in or any type of 2-base play, heavily tacked. So it has to be something in between. He really needs to check that 3rd base, but he has nothing there to check it with.
So at the moment, it does look like Dave has 3 gas, but he's still not actually mining from his 2nd and 3rd. But oh, he is putting into his 2nd one now and into the 3rd. So it was stuttered for a short while, not sure if intentional or not, but hopefully intentional because Dave has his
Dave
builds
is
so
good.
refined. They're so refined that he's like, okay, so I can afford my gas guys at this point, but I can afford not to put guys into gas until this point.
Whoa, he seems to be having a little bit of gas management problem here because he started his +1 and then immediately canceled it. Maybe wants to get that second sentry, just to be safe. Now Medulin has still not scouted the third base. Oh my god! And when he scouts the main base and will see no gateways, that should tell him that the gateways are as a wall of a third. But how will he react to this? You know, one of the things you can kill this is with mass infested Terrans. Just doing an infested Terran bust on the third very quickly before Colossi are out.
Indeed, that is a viable option. But the thing with Medulin is he likes to do this small flood of lings around the 8 to 9 minute mark. And that's 19 lings there, if I'm not mistaken. So that's at least 10 lava, so 10 lava. So that's a lot less drones than he should be having. Naturally, you do want at least 2 to 4 out on the field. So he's suffering by at least 8 on the drone count to where he could be.
Yes, and he's been skipping injects as well. And now Medulin knows that the third has been probably up for quite some time since all the gateways are there. He has scouted the second forge and the Twilight Council in the main, so he should recognize this being the same style we saw on Ohana, but you know, finding the answer to this style is a little bit more tricky than one might think. Here comes another Zergling run by denying the mining from the third as the infestation pit is very close to be to finishing for Medulin. Now keep in mind Daveathor dislikes going Colossi, and without Colossi it's actually a little bit tricky and difficult to deal with infested Terrans. And whoa, hold your horses, we have a Baneling nest going down as well.
The Baneling nest is beautiful.
That's a nice addition.
Have you ever noticed how the Baneling nest just sort of floats there? It's not actually attached to anything apart from webs.
Yeah, I have.
I've always sort of stared at that and thought, how do webs hold this up? But, you know.
Maybe it's floating and the webs are holding it down, not up.
You just blew my mind, BelleNOiR.
Yeah, I know, I'm just good with logic like that.
What the?
FCK?
I can't cast anymore, BelleNOiR. You've just completely ruined
I just cancelled
my
you.
mind.
I just made you to cancel your hedge. Anyways, we do have a token amount of speedlings out on the map. Infestors, that's where all the gas is being dumped into at the moment. And oh, we have 2 macro hatcheries. Medulin will want a lot of larva with this 10 more drones popping. How are the upgrades looking? We have double Evo chambers and double forges. So double upgrades for both of these players. We have 1-1 on the Lings, whereas we have 1-0, soon to be 1-1 on the Protoss army. Excuse me, soon to be 2-1. Once their upgrade finishes. A lot of gateways, so both of these players are sitting on 3 bases and are trying to secure as much of a production capability as possible. Drone count looking 75 versus 67. You know, Medulin will wants to have a couple more drones with this style since he's doing a very larva heavy style as compared to using roaches, but I really love this. In my opinion, it's way more important to have a lot of units as a Zerg as to have fewer but more beefier units.
I would have to disagree with you on that regard. I feel having a few strong units is...
Okay, let me rephrase.
Oh,
I think it's better to have Lings than roaches. That's what I meant.
Okay, Lings are just... Lings do a lot of damage, which is what makes their numbers very significant. The thing I'm noticing from Dave at the moment is he's completely walled off both potential exits to his base.
Yeah.
So his ground army will eventually have to kill one of these pylons to get out.
Yeah, that's the one probably near the rocks at his natural. That's the one that will have to get killed. I want to point something out. We have Neural Parasite on the way. Now, how cool is that?
Well, considering he knows his opponent went for a very fast Mothership core the previous game, it's a very, very strong choice. The Archons, you can Neural Parasite the Mothership. I feel that was the thing that was missing from the first game, was the neural parasite, because there were plenty of opportunities for the mothership to be stolen in that end engagement, and that could have changed the entire dynamic of this game.
Oh, look at this. The Overseer spot the Warp Prism at the bottom. Daveathor just tried to move it to the side, hoping that his opponent was not paying attention as intently, keeping his eye on the minimap. Interesting choice. Daveathor is taking this middle base with the Reach West Beam Geyser, but fewer minerals, only 5 mineral patches there. Keep in mind that this is the GSL version of the map. And we have a Zealot Warpin at the 4th of Medulin. Medulin did not take the center base yet. And right now, Daveathor saw that there are Banelings in play. He knows the composition of his opponent is going to be Baneling, Ling, Infestor, and the natural follow-up to that is the Ultralisk Cavern, which I'm just now trying to find. There it is.
So I feel, as you mentioned, the Rich Vestment Geyser seems a natural choice for Dave's playstyle, because it gives him the money he needs for all of these Archons, the mothership. He's going very gas-intensive at this moment.
Yes.
So that is the optimum way to go. And I've just noticed the chat is catching up. All of them are getting their minds blown by floating Baneling nests.
Yep, well, we have 5 Overseers with the main army. We have Chitinous Plating on the way. Unit counting station shows 101 Zerglings, 26 Banelings, 11 Infestors.
So this is a good composition for Medulin to deal with this, but his opponent has 4 Immortals. He has a lot of Zealots, and Zealots do a lot of damage.
Yes, they do.
Archons do a lot of damage to Bio, so this composition is very strong for dealing with the Ultralisks, and his opponent knows about the Ultralisk tech. There's a little dance party happening in the back of the main base of Medulin. Oh, it all stopped.
Well, while that was going on, while the units were dancing, those spine crawlers were putting out some serious work at the bottom base, defending another Zealot Warpin. Look at the creep spread. It's still been only 1 creep tumor, as you pointed out previously, but it's almost all the way to the other parts of the map. And Medulin is setting up for a huge attack here. He's splitting up his army into 2 groups. Here we go, some Banelings. Oh, nice Storm!
Oh, yes! He needs to feedback on those Infestors. Using Storm not as effective, but the Immortals just dealt with them, and now that he needs to swing his army around to defend the top side.
Yep, and all the Protoss army, well, most of it died, and here's the thing, the Protoss does have a large bank, but he will lose all of his gas units here, and he will only be able to reinforce with Zealots. Now, while that is a good unit choice versus these couple of Ultralisk, and oh, Medulin, you forgot to research Burrow. Those Infestors will go down as well. But he lost all of his gas units, and the Zerg can comfortably, or should be able to comfortably, reproduce with Zerglings and reinforce that.
Yes, there are 7 more Ultralisks on the way. 3-3 will be finished for the next engagement as well.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
But the mothership will be out.
It
so that's
will
going
be.
to change things very slightly. But the run-by will go up. It will cause a lot of damage to the 5th base, unless a very good storm is planted.
And there goes the storm. Is not as good as it should have been. There's a beautiful storm killing all of the Zerglings.
Yes,
that was a beautiful
lovely.
defense.
But he needs to get back to his 3rd base to defend that. He needs more Archons. All of these High Templar, they are useless against Ultralisks.
Yeah, they have just such a high amount of HP that you cannot kill them with just... I mean, roaches take, what, 3 storms to kill, and they have 125 or so. No, not 125, more. I forgot now. Doesn't matter. Takes 3 storms to kill them comfortably, and the Ultralisk has 500 life. That's almost 3 times as many as a roach has.
So an interesting thing with these kind of late games is the Overseer. Not many people consider it, but the Overseer gives you detection, the capacity to keep an eye on your opponent's army with changelings, but it's such a strange unit in the fact that it can completely change how the Zerg plays. Without it, the Protoss auto wins. With it, Protoss can be completely revealed for the entire time.
Yes, it can.
They can't see the opponent's army of overseers.
And here we see the another nice strategic movement by Daveathor. He's using a Zealot Warpin at the bottom base to draw all the army of Medulin away while he's pushing for his natural. But Medulin, his units are just too fast. They have all been moving on creep. Beautiful storms going down, annihilating everything.
So much damage, but he needs to get more Archons right now. The Archons are morphing in. He's doing a lot of damage, but he might have some trouble dealing with these Archons.
Oh, another Vortex.
And this is going to get cleaned up by Dave. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage here. And once he's killed that last Overseer, his army is invisible.
Yes.
That's what he needs.
I think the reason why Medulin lost this game was the economy. After securing that
He's not
fourth
lost
base,
this game yet, BelleNOiR.
he has not, but he's going to. Let's watch and see. I think the reason why he's in so much trouble is he does not have a fifth base. He never took the fifth base.
The Queens have been pulled. Transfuse can go and is going down. He's going to keep the Ultralists alive so much longer. Look at that one Ultralist. He's taking so much damage and still alive.
Yeah.
Finally goes down, and Dave is having a lot more trouble with this push than he should be.
Yeah, he should have just smashed this. I mean, there is still one Overseer around. There's no Anti-Air apart from the Mothership. So, you know, that Overseer cannot be killed unless it gets focused down by the Archons and everything. It is getting fired upon right now by the Mothership, but so far Medulin sees everything.
This last ditch attempt by Medulin to hold it off, he's doing a lot better than I had initially expected with this defense. And Dave is thinking, okay, there might be something more coming out. I only have an Archon, an Immortal, and a Mothership. I'd best actually move back.
Oh.
That's all Medulin needed, was to scare his opponent back enough.
I don't really understand why Dave continues to do these Zealot Warpins at the bottom base. I mean, there is a lot of Spinecrawlers. Sure, he just killed the whole army of Medulin, and he might be able, if he manages to kill all of these Spinecrawlers, to even get that base. But Medulin is sending Zerglings over to defend, and he will defend with the help of these Spinecrawlers. Money is starting to run out for Dave as well. His natural and main have both been mined out. His third does not have long to go. Only 50 odd mineral patches remaining everywhere. And his only other base is the center one, which does not have all that much minerals, but a Reach Vespene Geyser. And this one to the far top left. Now, he's got a really huge army right now.
The thing I disliked about this
was,
wow. Wow.
And we do have a GG called, well, that's it.
There we go.